Guys, I'm giving you my above average Mimighoul deck profile. I'm gonna make this one short and sweet because the deck is not 100% there. It's not my full complete list, but this is what I'm working with. I've won 4 locals. I got top 4 at a really big event. So I just wanna show off what I've been playing with and just give you a little taste of my above average Mimighoul deck. So let's get into it. 3 Mimighoul Dragon. This is your basic, your 1-cost starter. You want to play 3 of this. I play 2 Archfiend. I don't play 3. I just think you don't want to open too many Mimighouls, and this is like the second best one. And even if you try out both of these, it's pretty good. So then I play 2 Fairy. I think Fairy is like the other best one because if you get stopped on your dragon, and you're always gonna want to start with dragon, if you get stopped on any of your Mimighouls with like hand traps, you just want to special summon your fairy and continue comboing. Then I play 1 armor. I know armor is not the best. He's really not, but the fact that he's just an extender could be really, really good. Also, when you're going into an established board, you could just like reveal armor, special armor, normal summon any other Mimighoul, and then go into your rank 1 plays that attacks directly, and then you can go Zeus. So I feel like he's really good going second, and there are some combos going first that utilize that extra extender. So I tend to side him out though whenever I go first. And then 1 Mimighoul Master, you don't need any more. So that's it for the Mimighoul monsters. Then we play a small cash package. So it's 2 Unicorn, 1 Fenrir, 1 Planet, 1 Birth. You just want to see this package going first along with your Mimighouls. It checks a lot of hand traps and really punishes your opponent for hand trapping you. Also, they're big beaters, and what I found to be the weakness of the deck is that it can't kill. So like it's really good at disrupting your opponent, at controlling the game, but it's really bad at just attacking for game, right, and dealing damage. So these cards kind of like offset that issue, and they're a little bit unfair too, right? Having your Unicorn potentially ripping 2 cards from your extra deck, your opponent's extra deck, is really, really powerful. So I definitely would play this engine in Mimighoul, and I usually side some of these cards out going second. All right. Then we have, for hand traps, I just play 3 Ash. Now, normally I wouldn't play any hand traps, and actually post-siding, whenever I go second, I always side out Ash. I just keep it in going first, because I want to play around the Molcharmies. It's also a safe card in the main deck to play against weird rogue decks and stuff. So it's a super safe slot in the main, and yeah, these could definitely be cut or even be sided. I usually side them, but decided to make them for this profile. And then to cover that theory that I said before that we need monsters to kill, Kurikara is really, really good. It could be a board breaker. It's a monster that can get really big. He can get really big. And what's cool is if you trigger a Mimighoul on your opponent's side of the field and it comes over to you, you could tribute it for your Kurikara because a monster effect activated on your opponent's side of the field. So that's really cool. Also against depending on the format, whatever card you take from your opponent's grave could be good, right? Like now we could take Ryzel Detonator, so you end on like 2 boss monsters. So yeah, this card is pretty good. I tend to side it out going first though. And then the best monster in the deck is Arch Nemesis Esquiados. With a single Mimighoul, you could just normal summon any Mimighoul. You can get access to like all the types you need for this card, so that's cool. He's a bomb card. He's decent going first, really broken going second, really broken in the grind game. I know it's an unsearchable one of, but it's still really, really important and really, really good. I might actually cut this and an Ash and stuff and start playing more of them, including Protos. So this card is absolutely it might as well be a Mimighoul card. All right, going on to the spells. The reason why this deck is even decent is Mimighoul Dungeon. This card is a floodgate. It has 3 amazing effects. Even under draw, you could add back a card from grave, so I definitely would play 3. 3 Mimighoul Maker. You tend to not be able to resolve this in the grind game, but just playing 3 to resolve it in the beginning of the game is really important. But yeah, really good card. It also has a sneaky effect. Now continue on with the Mimighoul cards. Mimighoul Talent. This card is really broken with this deck. You could use it going first to basically FTK your opponent. It's obviously good in the grind game. You kind of want to top deck this card. Drawing multiples is not so bad because even if you get hand trapped, you could talent draw 2, or if you have a way to extend, you could talent and pretty much FTK your opponent. And then Same with thrust. You know, you could turn on thrust during your own turn, kind of like getting Ken, right? So this card is really, really nutty in this deck, basically becoming more talents, as well as some other cards that I'm going to show you. You don't want to play 3 because you don't want to clog with too many. Like opening up 2 of these cards, like obviously this is broken, but you really don't want to open up like 3 or like too many. So I think this is the perfect ratio that's been working out for me. I played 3 at first and it was getting a little too clunky, So that's the perfect ratio for that. Now some one-ofs. I play Slayer, Terraforming, Call by the Grave, Prosperity, and Duster. So you could see that these cards post-sighting are all, you know, you're basically playing, going second, if you lose a dice roll, you're playing 3 Slayer, right? Or 3 Duster, or 3 Terraforming, right? So even though you're playing them at 1, you have a really high chance of seeing them going second when you want them because you're playing also 2 Thrust in the main. So that's really cool. And if you see this going first, not the end of the world, right? You can, you know, if you see these cards, if you go first, your opponent plays, and then if they don't OTK you, you know, these cards are live. So it's not the end of the world if you lose a dice roll and you go second. I mean, if you win the dice roll and you pick to go first. Plus, if your combo resolves going first, you're pretty much winning. Anyway, so 2 Mimighoul Room. I don't play 3. I think 3 is a trap. You kind of have redundant ways of searching Mimighoul spells and traps. And I've realized when I was playing 3, and most of the times that you draw it, you end up over searching a spell card that doesn't do anything. So I think 2 is just perfect. You know, if you see it, it's okay. But if you don't see it, you're always going to have a way to search into it. So it's also harder once per turn. So you don't want to see too many. And yeah, 2 has been the sweet spot. I've tried 1, I've tried 3, I've tried 2, I've tried siding 1 out. I just play 2 and I just keep it in all the time. Yeah, one of the better cards in the deck as well. And then the last card is 3 Evenly Matched in the main deck. If you guys remember Ritual Beast, for some reason it was correct to main evenly. And I'm here to tell you that the reason why it was correct to main 3 evenly in Ritual Beast is because the deck was so unfair going first that it needed some unfairness cards going second. And I would agree that Mimighoul is the same exact way. A cute little combo that actually comes up is, a lot of people don't know this, but Mimighoul Room could bounce every single Mimighoul card you control to your hand. So even if you go first and you draw evenly, you could full combo, and then you set room, and then if they like break your board, you know, you could evenly them. But if they don't break your board, you could Mimighoul Room, bounce the rest of the cards in your hand, and then just evenly match them. So that actually comes up if you draw this card going first. Obviously you don't want it going first, but that scenario does come up because you search this card so often. So yep, these cards are really, really powerful. And keep in mind, because you're playing Thrust, you're kind of playing 5 evenlies, and seeing multiple evenlies is not bad at all. So that's your equalizer. Going on to the extra deck really quick. Giant Mimighoul, really powerful. Throne, Ripple Bird, the new mandatory card in this deck, really powerful. Just to flip cards. This should be the other one that attacks directly. But yeah, your little Zeus package. This comes up too, especially if you play armor. It's just people don't see it coming. So this is pretty powerful. Then 1 Typhon. I might even play 2 Typhon. I think this deck is, like I said, it lacks boss monsters. So sometimes you actually summon Typhon as your big beat stick rather than like trying to use it to, you know, break your opponent's board. You sometimes just summon it just to have a big beat stick. So yeah, I might play 2 Typhon. And then Anima, really good with Esquiados. Phoenix, you could change this. I would probably keep in Dark. It's good for taking your opponent's Magnum, you know, using its effect and then searching Esquiados. SP, IP, you kind of end on these all the time whenever you draw the Kashtira cards. And then kind of the theory of playing boss monsters, 1 BLS Link, Boral Sword, and Access Code. I mean, the reason to play these is just to know that you have them there. You know, there's some games that are like, damn, the only way I could win is if I get to a big enough monster, right? So just playing these cards, it gives you the ability to maybe go into them, but you know, you're gonna have to talents, take, or use Dark, or do some funky stuff, but you know, at least it's there, right? And you're giving yourself the ability to get to a boss monster. Now quickly to the side deck. The deck can play Shifter, so you play 3 Shifter. Right now in the format, you know, depending on when you watch this video, if Shifter is good in your format, play Shifter in the main deck. Right now, Shifter is not the best call in the main deck, but I think I always want to see this card when I know it's really good against my opponent, right? Right now, there are too many decks that play around this, so I'm citing it for now, but it's definitely a card that you can main deck depending on the format. 3 Spooky, just because you're playing a grindy deck. Then I have the one Lord of the Heavenly Prison. It kind of covers what you lose to, so it covers Spell and Trap, Board Breakers. It's also a big beat stick. It's also a consistency card. So, you know, when post-siding, when people are putting in all the Charmies, all the side deck cards, you could get access to this card, and then you're gonna get a 3,000 beat stick or 3,000 booty. You're gonna search any spell or trap card from your deck, so it's consistency. And they kind of have to out it, right? And if they don't, you have a 3,000 beat stick. So yeah, this card's pretty really good. Like, it's always good to have it in going first. And then one Magnum one. If it comes up, it comes up. 2 Droplets. I think this is a super safe card to side when you know you're going second, because actually you don't know if you're going second, right? Because if your opponent sees the evenlies and stuff, sometimes they make you go first. But if you think that you're going second, you could put in Droplet, and if they do make you go first, at least you'll have, like, you could set Droplet and use it as interruption. And if not, you'll have another really solid board breaker going second. Then 1 Lightning Storm. Then I have 3 Soul Drain. This covers basically the matchups right now. Like really important matchups in the format right now, but you could replace these cards with anything. And then 1 D-Barrage because I play Thrust. You could play Gravekeeper's Inscription instead of this. It kind of does the same deal, does the same thing, but yeah, as you can see, like with the deck, I have like 6 to 7 cards that can change in my side deck, and then I have like 6 to 7 cards that can change in my extra deck, and then I have like a good like 6 to 7 cards that can change in my main deck. So the deck is not 100% there. I'm still in the testing phase, but I'm definitely having a lot of success with it, a lot of fun, and I'm realizing how good Mimighoul are now that I kind of know how to do some of the combos and I know how to play into my opponent's my opponent's board. So that's it for this above average Mimighoul deck profile. Let me know what you guys think. I'm trying to solve the deck as much as I can, and I might even consider taking it to nationals. I think it's tricky, it's sneaky, and it has the tools to do really, really well. It just lacks boss monsters, and I think that's something that I'm trying to solve right now. So that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. Above average, done.